Hello Internet, this is the Root. I've been recently going to a neighbor's sibling's place in order to get there, and just remember, they're old folks, so they're completely inexperienced with new technology and that, so bear with me, or I should actually say bear with them, because I had to hook up the cable box to the television, and I had a bit of fun doing it. Here's the first thing I had to overcome. The TV, which is an LG webOS smart TV. You know, it's a 4K one. They also have 8K and 16K ones that are ridiculously fucking expensive. But regardless, I'm not going to get into that. It's the fact that I had to teach the television how to fucking search for channels. The first thing was, they didn't have an Ethernet cable, and I had to get one. Only thing that I actually find, it was in between their couch and the floor, under it. They pulled it out after I hooked up my cable, which I didn't care. I left it because I have at least 20 of those things. So before having to update the firmware and all that, because you should apply updates, LG basically did not have the feature added to initialize and make use of the TV tuner, which was stuck on channel 2. There is no such ability for the television to scan for channels, either automatic or manual tune. Those features are not even available when you select channel tuning, because it would not allow you to select the channel without channel tuning. So I updated the firmware, and then whoop-de-doo, that feature was finally added, because it would hang on that channel tuning screen. It would just hang, and if you hit the X, it would probably like 15 or 30 seconds before it even went away, no matter how many times you hit the X to close it. And that was really frustrating. I had to power it off and power back on just to get off that screen. That shouldn't be happening. No, it shouldn't be happening with LG smart TVs. Did LG deliberately make them dumb? I don't know. Like, when you first buy a smart TV, the first thing you want to do, if you got traditional cable, or if you got over the air like an antenna, you connect it to the coaxial input at the back. And here's the fun fact. The tuner should be able to search for channels when you tell it to do it. And it should only take how many minutes? If you already know the channels, you can just manually put them in easily. But it should automatically be able to do it itself when you tell it to, and not just hang and freeze. Or tell you, which after it hung, it actually said no tuner found, which is fucking stupid because it is a fucking smart TV with a fucking TV tuner. And that's when I had to reboot the TV in order to get that message out of the way, because I couldn't hit the back button on the remote. That wouldn't work. Hitting the X wouldn't work. When I updated the firmware, oh, there you go. It added the modules for the TV tuner. Because remember, webOS is Linux. And that's the fun thing about it. Sometimes LG deliberately has missing modules, and you have to add them when you update the firmware or system software, whatever. I ticked off automatic updates, so it's out of my hands if LG decides to, again, disable the TV tuner and make it useless. You know, thank goodness they actually have a VCR that they can run the cable through from the cable box, you know, the Rogers digital adapter, or whichever insert cable provider here, digital adapter. It's what it is, a little tiny Cisco QNX box. That's all it is. And it does its job well. But here's the fun part. I had to run it for the input cable in part, antenna cable in the VCR, and output for the component to the television. Only problem is it doesn't accept the old component. That shows up as monochrome, black and white, or grayscale, whichever you want to put it. It's mostly the same thing. Unless you have progressive out, which I wasted time borrowing some of these VCR to see if it worked, but no, it was only working just for the DVD component. Yeah, that sucks. it would come up in monochrome. They wanted color, so that's the only other way if a TV tuner is just not going to work at all. And in that case, if the software update didn't fucking work, I would have told them, sorry, you've got to return that television. That's what I would have told them immediately. You have to return it. And then, well, what can you do? Nothing. Just return it. I had an NEC plasma sink, rather 42 MP, you know, whatever that model is, around the time of 2009 or 2010. That's really old. It still works. I gave it to their brother. His name's Steven. Very common name, really. And, okay. Well, next week I'm going to hook it up. As a reminder, that thing has no built-in speakers and no TV tuner. You have to use component in. VEGA or D sub in and DVI in. For HDMI adapter. And then it works. Other than that, it will not accept any widescreen format. And it distorts the screen. And that's kind of a retarded thing. And my arm is fucking killing me, so I had to put this thing on the table. Alright, other than that, things are just fucked up in that regard. Okay, the other part is an Android box. Same unit. It is running Lollipop, Android 5.1.1, and you can't get any further updates for it unless you root the box. But it's also so fucking slow. So slow. Maybe it's due to the fact that it needs a factory reset, or it's just a really cheap box, and the processing speed is only 600 megahertz. Ouch. No, it's not dual core. It's probably a single core unit. Or maybe a dual core, but still, holy shit. Next time I head up there, I'm going to bring a keyboard and mouse. They already have a memory card, so I'm going to back up the configuration on it for the crucial things, you know, for the live TV thing. And then I'm going to completely reset it and then set it up again. And then restore the settings, or, you know, data for the applications after I update them, in all honesty. Because whenever you launch the Play Store on that, it reboots the box. Or it crashes, either one of the two. So there's obviously a problem with the box. Well, Android in general, not the circuitry itself. So that was kind of funny, and it sounds how slow it is. It's probably the original speed of the first ever Samsung Galaxy, or maybe the first Android device that was flash with Lollipop over 1.5. Yeah, it's that slow. So I don't know about the memory. It's probably only got 1 gigabyte of RAM, or maybe 512 megabytes of RAM. I didn't take a look at it and wrote down the model number and all that, but oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, that's a slow fucking box. Other than that, I had a good day today, and it was fun. And hopefully, if anyone ever gets any webOS TV by LG, they update the firmware before attempting to even bother hooking up an antenna to it for over-the-air or their cable box. Otherwise, it's going to be hanging indefinitely when you try to search for channels. And if you don't have internet access, you don't have a cell phone plan, good luck. Good fucking luck. You have to borrow somebody's cell phone, connect to it via Wi-Fi, and update the firmware that way. And that can take a while if the connection is really slow. Especially depending on where you actually live, what country. It can be very slow or very fast. And if the place only has 2G, Edge, 208 kbits per second, it's going to take a very long time to update the firmware. To download at least. To update it will be quicker. Anyways, I just thought I'd mention that. And it's such a bummer. But When I do go out to their place again, I'm going to give them a keyboard and mouse. Now, I have at least 10 USB mice, a few PS2, because I got a legacy machine, and two legacy laptops, I should say. I'm going to give them a USB keyboard and mouse. I might give them the Hot Wheels mouse. Oh, you didn't know I actually have the old Hot Wheels mouse? Yeah, shame I don't have a computer. Regardless, I might give them that. And the keyboard. The only thing is, they'll probably have to supply themselves a mouse pad. But with optical, you don't really need it. You can use it on any surface except glass. Or straight up black, or straight up white, or straight up whatever it is that's non-textured. You're probably not going to be able to track it at all. Okay. Enough of my technically inclined rambling. And the fact that I had to deal with a retarded television. And I mean it by that, thanks to LG. Yeah. I'm sure you probably would have been ripping your fucking hair out as a result of that. Or pulling your scrotum, I don't know. Ripping hair out of anything, really. Or smacking your head trying to think of what the fuck is wrong. Anyways. Thanks for watching. And peace out. Feel free to share the video.